de wadoka ho ayede anije ka ho ayede de reshemu ayede ebeye fe. This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own, let's cherish our own. Women's Premier League is back again. The wadoka ho ayede anije ka ho ayede de reshemu ayede the wadoka ho ayede anije ka ho ayede de reshemu ayede ebeye fe. This is our own.
Well, the porcupine has raised its quail so high, pricking every prey that comes its way, so unperturbed about what is going on behind them, particularly about their arch rivals, and this is sending shivers down the spine of many that take shade under the mighty oak tree. But the defending champions can afford a breather to re-strategize and remind themselves of their trophy-winning antics when they take on their Saura in the CAF Champions League, giving them a break away from the elite marathon here in Ghana. And I think that 4 weeks is enough for us to check on the new entrants to see if they are gelling, struggling, or finding their feet in the elite division of our game right here. Week 5 is here, so draw your table and let's have this heady conversation as we preview match day 5 of the ongoing 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League. With me, Abigail Senasoso, on the beautiful game here on GTV Sports Flat. It was an interesting week we had in week 4 with a lot of goals scored in braces and some top hat-tricks somewhere. And so let's take some moments from week 4. We come back, I introduce my guest, and we set the ball rolling.
Scored now. Here the goal. Yao Ano, the speed star, goes past Sewanu. It is Yao Ano. Does he break the deadlock? And Yao Ano scores the first goal for Ashanti Gold. The Miners are up by 1. Kamara Didi, good save from Atai again, and the second goal. Abdul Salam makes it 2 for Boise Ashanti Gold. Possession for Kotoko. Here is Samuel Watson. Brilliant goal. Fantastic drive from Samuel Watson onto the path of Isaac Opon. And he goes past Yahweh Champon. It's Isaac Opon. Isaac Opon. Brilliant goal. This is something else. Isaac.
Nobody there to challenge. Tries the goalkeeper and scores. Thinking from Paul Ataeje.
Everybody thought he was going for that cross, that delicious cross, but it was a wonderful.
This is our.
Thank you for staying with us here on GTV Sports Plus. This is the beautiful game with me, Abigail Senasoso. And joining me in the studio today to have this beautiful conversation is Michael Insiaoche. He's a sports journalist with Star FM and a very good commentator that follows the Premier League. And so we are going to have a very interesting one. Michael, it's good to see you again.
It's good to be back home, Abby. I mean, it all started for me here. Many don't know that I started from GBC. And I mean, this is how far the good Lord has brought us.
Yeah,
so
I'm honored to be the one to bring you back home. But we've done 4 weeks of the season so far. I don't know if these are the signs that you were expecting for most of the clubs.
Well, it's been awesome. I mean, you look at the entrance, Royal Tamale United, Accra Lions, Bebiani Gold Stars. So far, it's early days yet, but they've given a good account of themselves. I mean, 4 weeks into the season, a lot of goals being scored. I mean, a player getting a hat-trick on his first game for a club in the ongoing season tells you that, yes, we are in for more. So far, I mean, I've been very impressed.
Okay, talking about week 4 and being impressed, let's remind ourselves of how it went with our clubs across the 9 league centres by way of results from match day 4. Bekum Chelsea saw off King Faisal in a 1-0 win, and then on Saturday Kumasi Asante Kotoko continued from where they stopped and beat 11 Wonders 2-0. Aduana Stars made it a 5-star performance against Red Tamale United when they beat them 5-1. Accra Lions struggled to get their first home win so far in the season, and they beat Bechem United 2-1. West Africa Football Academy were stunned at their feared Red Bull Arena when Legon City invaded and managed to get a point back to the southern capital. Elmina Shark also beat BBN Gold Stars 2-1. Good Olympics left it late to share sports with Dreams FC when they came back from 3 goals down to share sports at 3-3, and Ashanti Gold deep in the woes of Accra to Folk and threw them into a lot of misery when they beat them 2-0. Mediama FC left it late on a Monday afternoon to beat Karela United 2-0. Mike, I don't know about these results, but for me the most interesting one was Great Olympics against Dreams FC.
Fortunately for me, I was at the stadium. I ran commentary on that game. I felt that Dreams FC, yes, they are building a new team. There are young guys in there. They want to gel with a few old guys who are left in the team. But I feel that they need to up their game in subsequent games because leading by 3 goals to 0. And interestingly, in the camp of Accra Great Olympics, since 1971, they had never, ever come from 3 goals down to draw a game.
Wow.
That was the last time against Ebusua Dwarfs in 1971. So for Accra Great Olympics, yes, they thought they had lost the game, but at least getting a point, the fans were excited. But for Dreams FC, I mean, I watched Karim Zito after the game, and I mean, he was a frustrated man. Clearly tells you that it is not going well for them. They play delightful football. You watch them. Fatawi Sahaku, that chap is absolutely phenomenal. But they need to grind the needed results in their subsequent games if they indeed want to, I mean, compete at the top level this season.
But the interesting thing is this is the second time they are playing at their CAF Stadium and allowing a lead to be equalized or maybe lost a lead. First was Sukumasi Asante Kotoko and then Great Olympics. Is it that they don't have the temperament for a bigger environment like this?
Not that really, but as I said earlier, you see, they are trying to build a new team. They lost about, if I'm not mistaken, about 8 players coming into the season, new season. So clearly it will take time for the new ones, upcoming ones, to gel with the few ones who are left there. So yes, it's a gradual process, but I feel that if you watch their play, they need to inject more power. I mean, after scoring 3 goals at a point in time, you could feel that they thought
it was done and
dusted. But you are playing against the Wonder Club of Ghana football, and I was not surprised. If Olympics had enough time, they could have gone ahead and, I mean, kill off the game by grabbing a 3 maximum points. So for Dreams FC, yes, it's early days yet in the season. 4 games, we are going into the 5th week, but they need to grind the needed result by stepping up their game in their subsequent matches.
Heart of Folk were down, you know, Boise, and Adriana Stars came up with a 5-star performance.
Adriana Stars, you know, that game, it rained off. That was on Sunday, so they had to continue from where they left. It ended. And 5-1, I was a bit surprised because Royal Tamale United, I mean, since they came back, I mean, their first game against Accra Great Olympics at the Ali Mahama Sports Stadium, they drew with the fans behind them. And many thought, yes, it wasn't a vintage performance from the Pride of the North, but they proved it by going away, though they lost that game here in Accra. That was against was it Legon Cities or Accra Lions? They lost that game, but going into that fixture in Doma, I knew definitely they will lose, but not with that huge margin. I mean, 5 goals to 1. You can't also take anything away from Adriana Stars because, yes, after also getting a 1-1 draw game in their first game against Karela in Enyinase, they also needed to prove a point at home in front of their teaming fans. So Yes, I was a bit surprised with the scoreline. I mean, 5-1 against Royal Tamale United, but then again, kudos to Adriana Stars. I mean, they did a great job on the day, and all the goals, if you watch all the goals, clearly it tells you that it was due to teamwork, and they deserve the win.
Hearts of Oak, we'll talk extensively about Hearts of Oak, but that 2-0 defeat.
Hearts of Oak, Abby, I think that they have themselves to blame.
Okay.
I say this because after the game, when you hear the post-match interview, Coach Samuel Boadu attributing it to fatigue on the part of his players. I mean, for me, it's a no-no.
Yeah.
I mean, all the teams, they also had players, they were playing week in, week out, and they also tell you, we are also tired. The problem, aside managerial stuff, I don't want to go there, but technical issues, I feel that Samuel Boadu will need to do a lot of work. Because I predicted prior to the start of this season that Samuel Boadu will struggle. And I was lambasted, I mean, by some of the team in Hearts of Oak fans.
Yeah.
But the truth is, Samuel Boadu took over Hearts of Oak. That was the ended season, last season, when they were struggling. When he came in, many of the coaches did not know the sort of tactics or what he's bringing on board. Along the line, they were getting to know, and I told most of the House of Folk followers, even some of the technical men, I remember telling Hamza Obeng, who is a good friend, I told him that, my friend, come next season, you guys will not have it easy. And he said, yes, we know, but we will do our best. Okay. Because every coach will come in guns blazing. I mean, they know the stuff you are made of, what you brought in the just ended season, going into the new season. So they also re-strategize and come at you. And that is exactly what we are seeing. You've brought about 10 new players. The chap from Brekum Chelsea, I've forgotten his name. I think the Wafa game, you use him as a DM. Very fantastic chap. Now you go into a game against Ashanti Gold at Obuasi Lenkele Sports Stadium. Then you have this player in the starting lineup, but he will start from the bench. I mean, in the team, the match squad for the day. He is on the bench, and you are forced to play. What is the guy's name? The number 10 shirted Neti as a DM. Meanwhile, you have a proper DM sitting on the bench. Then you come after losing. You come and tell me your players are tired. I mean, this is a flimsy excuse on the part of Accra Hearts of Oak coach Samuel Boadu. He will need to do a lot of work if indeed they want to retain the league title. Okay, talking about retaining the league title, we've had some interesting statistics after match day 4, so we'll quickly run through those one after match day 4. There's been some 14 first half goals, 15 second half goals, giving us a total of 29 goals after 9 matches, 7 home wins, 2 away draws. 2 away draws, and then clearly there's no away win over there. And so after week 4, we've done a total of 36 matches, giving us 88 goals thus far. And so all the new coaches have won their game. Talking about Midiama SC's Umar Abdul Rabi, he has won his game. Moses Kofi of Chelsea has won his game. Thomas Dia, good old Thomas Dia, also won his game for Ashanti Gold. Faisal have lost their first game in the GPL. Only Kumasi Asante Kotoko has won all their 4 games. Bekum Chelsea won their first game after week 4. Polateji of Bekum Chelsea scored the 60th goal of the season. Chelsea, Ediana, Lions, Elmina Sharks have also won their first game. 11 Wonders, Hearts of Oak, and West Africa Football Academy are yet to win. I mean, as we talked about Hearts of Oak, now it will interest you to know that for the past 5 seasons, Accra Hearts of Oak, they've not been good starters when it comes to the Ghana Premier League. For the past 5-6 seasons. Just last season, let's take last season for instance. Now, at match week 4, Accra Hearts of Oak last season had conceded 5 goals and scored 2 goals. Their first game, they lost to Adriana Stars by 2 goals to 0. They drew against Ashgold 2-2 at Accra Sports Stadium, lost to Inter Allies at Accra Sports Stadium, and their 4th game was against Karela, which they drew goalless at the same venue as Accra Sports Stadium. So clearly, it's not been a good story to tell when it comes to Accra Hearts of Oak and the start of the Ghana Premier League. But they need to do something about it. I mean, for 11 Wonders, I am not a prophet of doom, but I feel that if they are relegated, I will not be surprised. I mean,
it's too early to pronounce a club relegated.
Too early, but how you start also counts. I mean, you can't. Last week I heard the coach Yao Champon saying that 8 of their regular players still have issues with their registration cards at the FA, and so he's making do with what is available.
This is the problem some of us have with our local managers. They do not speak up
unless
there's a problem, and everybody is lambasting you. Then you are finding fault with everybody.
That is it. And I keep saying, if you are given a job and you feel that place this and that should be put in place, but it is not done, what do? You need to learn and learn well from those out there, the experts. You just opt out, but you sit down when everything is down to ground zero. Then you come. You want people to sympathize with you. No, they should learn from experiences. We've seen coaches going through hell.
Yeah.
Here in Ghana, and I'm talking about the Ghana Premier League. But at the end of the day, some of them they will manage their way out. But this time around, it is not, because trust me, there is fair distribution of players in the ongoing league, to the extent that if you're a coach and you don't vary your tactics well, you'll be at the receiving end. The fans will even attack you if care is not taken. So Yahweh Champong, yes, as you rightly said, it's early days yet, but yes, management will need to step up their game in aiding him to get the right materials, but I also feel that he will also need to put in a lot of work.
Yeah, Champon for me is a topic for another day, because after leaving the Elmina Sharks, he's looking more like he goes into a job just because he wants to work, and it's really worrying his career. Yes, at the neck of the fact that there was no money in Sharks, and so I have to move, and he just left. I think that he might have to take a breather and then think about his CV as well, because it destroys all the job that you have done in the past. But
and he's a good coach.
Very good one. That is why I'm worried.
Yeah,
he's a very good one.
Some of these things, if it happens to you, as you rightly said, you need to take a breather out of the game, sit back, analyze things, and go in stronger, much stronger. But maybe they are watching us and they will take it in.
I'm sure they are, definitely, because he's a good friend and I know he follows me so much. So talking about our clubs and where they stand on the league log before Nana Asari joins us, let's look at the table after match day 4, because it's getting interesting. Kumasi Asante Kotoko in firm grip of the top. He's not worried about what is happening. Kumasi King Faisal also, even though they lost, are still second with 9 points. Great Olympics third on 8 points. Dreams FC are 4th on 7 points. Ashanti Gold 7th. Bechem United are 6th with 6 points. Ediana Stars, are rather 7th on 5 points. Legon Cities, after getting that point from Wafa, are 9th, are 8th on 5 points. Karela are 9th on 5 points. Mediama SC come to occupy the 10th position on 5 points. Bibiani Gold Stars 11th on 4 points. Bekum Chelsea 12th on same. Real Tamale United 13th also on 4 points. Accra Lions 14th on 4 points. Elmina Sharks are 15th on 4 points. Accra Hard to Folk are 16th on 3 points. West Africa Football Academy are 17th on 2 points. 11 Wonders are 18th also on 2 points.
You know what? For some of us House of Folk followers, I received a text message from a friend in South Africa, and he said, now the short code for Hearts is 1643. And I was like, oh, but why? Because they are lying 16th, played 4 games, and they have 3 points. So 1643, that's the short code for Accra House of Folk. But that is just on a lighter note. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Prosper Ogum, I think that if Kotoko will leave him to do what he was brought in to do, trust me, Kumasi Asante Kotoko will go back to his glory days by not only reigning in Ghana, but also on the African continent. You look at how he's taken off. These young boys, the Sunyani Nemes and what have you, the Ahimsan Sadio Manis and what have you, he's been able to give them that confidence.
Yeah.
If you're on the field of play, do whatever you want with the ball.
Yeah.
And that seems to be working. It is doing the magic for Asante Kotoko. 4 games, yes, it's too early out of 34 games, but trust me, if they're able to go from where they've taken off, I would not be surprised to see Kotoko going unbeaten in the first round.
I like your first statement. If Prosper Ogun is allowed to work.
Yes. Again,
so there's a possibility he will not be allowed to work.
You see, I've always maintained that Hearts and Kotoko, I always say this, and they will come at me, fans of Kotoko and Hearts. Last time I said, probably, maybe, just these 2 clubs, they are cursed. Because anytime one is doing well, the other will find, I don't even know how to describe it. There will be issues with one and they will be struggling. The moment one is able to resolve the problem, then the other one too, they are also suffering. So, Nana Yamponsa, kudos to that chap, young man. If they are able to give him that free hand, and I'm talking about Dr. Prosper Ogun. I've followed his exploits at UCC, to Wafa, now to Asante Kotoko. He is noted for grooming young talents, giving them the opportunity. You saw what he did at Wafa just last season. Give him the needed opportunity by giving him the free rule or free hands to operate. And Kotoko, I tell you what, I stated earlier, I will not be surprised to see Kotoko going unbeaten in the first round of the Ghana Premier League this season.
Okay, a lot of pressure there for Prosper Ogun and his charges, but I'm sure maybe they are just up to the task. We just need time to look into that. But we started a series here on the beautiful game, just so to keep tabs of the signings that the various clubs have had. We've seen that of Hartlepool, we've seen that of Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, and today we are looking at that of Dreams FC to see if they have really filled in the holes of the people that they need. And so Aziz Misbah is first because he has gained promotion from Still Believe, and that is a huge one. Fatah Wishahaku, the most talked about, on loan from Steadfast. Habib Mohammed, the Kotoko reject, made his way to Dreams FC. Dana Blessing from Kintampo FC joined Emmanuel Ejay from Shalom. Kwekubwa Hengogo from Swedo All Blacks, a very fantastic defender, if you ask me, if you should see him play. Ishmael Dede, Mohammed Abubakar from Karela United, Makasi Ofori from Wonders had a very good game in Elmina. Amadou Adamu, this guy, from Crystal Palace has also joined. Kwaku Karikari from Liberty Professionals and Augustine Kumsin from Crystal Palace, and make up the 11 players that have joined Junsuba. Michael, I think that one person that comes quickly to my, two, maybe 3, Fatal Habib and Kwaku Kakari from Liberty, the wonders he did last season.
Kwaku Kakari, I don't know whether he's suffering from a knock or because
he was around. He scored against Elmina Sharks.
But in the game against Accra Great Olympics, he was missing in action. I don't know whether it was due to injury. The exploits he exhibited last season for Liberty Professionals, though unfortunately they had to be relegated. He is yet to come out with that same or show that stuff he was made of at the ended season. That was last season for Liberty Professionals. Scored quite a number of goals for the Scientific Soccer lads before they got relegated. At Dreams FC, yes, as I said, he is yet to come to the party. 4 games played so far. I think he's played 2.
He's played 2 games. One, he was a sub, and Elmina he started and scored.
So a lot is expected of him, and he is aware. He knows that he will need to deliver if he wants to make the mark at Dreams FC, because we've seen strikers joining Dreams FC, and as we speak, they are nowhere to be found. The former Accra Great Olympics man, Abel Manoni, failed to shine at Dreams FC. But this is a fine opportunity for Kwaku Kakari, an upcoming striker for that matter, to also write his name in the good books of Dreams FC. So, yes, he knows, he is aware of the task ahead, and I have the belief that he can deliver for the Still Believe guys in the course of the season.
Some of these players are on loan. Talking about Fatal, he's had goals in almost every game he has played.
That boy, I watch him and he remembers me so much of Abedi Ayew Pele. I did not, I wasn't old enough to watch live matches of Mohamed Ahmed Polo, but watching his videos, I mean, Fatawi Shahaku is cast in the mode of these players. He takes on players with cheeky ease.
Yeah.
If you want to do away with the ball when he's on the ball, you just need to bring him down. And that is one of his trademarks. And I mean, after Olympics game, Coach Karim Zito came out to say that he feels that referees should protect our next Abedi Pele in the making. So, yes, he might have made a good call there, but I feel that that boy, he's so much talented, but he will also need to be guided, because when you watch him play, first half, yes, he'll give you all that is needed, but from the 55th to 60th, 75th minute in the course of the game,
he vanishes.
Yes, because his link up with, especially with his defense, tracking back to help,
it's not there.
It's not there. So I feel that a lot of work will need to be done on him, and also his posturing, his gestures on the field of play. There were a series of needless cards or cautions he received against Accra Great Olympics. I felt, yes, this boy is very young, very talented, but he needs to be talked to, because at a point in time, a nasty challenge which was needless, and he needed to attract the yellow card. And some of these things, I mean, if you don't take care, it goes a long way to worry your team. When you are needed most in a crucial game,
you will know where to
be found because of accumulated cards. So yes, Fatawi Shahaku so far has been splendid. I mean, scored 4 goals so far. Yes, Accra Great Olympics man, the Maxwell Abekwe, lead the goal king chart with 6. Abagna is also there, Royal Tamale United, but Shahaku, I mean, averagely, he scores in every game he's played.
Sure.
And that is a great stuff for the young man. Going forward, a lot is expected from him, or is expected of him, but he will need to also manage his gestures on the field of play.
Okay, talking about managing gestures and managing players and clubs, there's a long week ahead of us, because this weekend we have some great games to look forward to. Okay, so Nana Asare, who is a sports journalist also in Kumasi, has joined us, a writer for Football Made in Ghana, has joined us via Zoom and wants to join in the conversation. Nana, good evening and thank you for joining us.
Confronting by this is filling number 10.
Nana, if you can hear me, I'm grateful for your time. Okay, I'm sure Nana will join us and then we can continue the conversation. But okay, Nana, I'm told you can hear me now. Good evening. And if you can hear me, we are having a conversation on the Ghana Premier League. We've done 4 weeks already. What is the mood like in Kumasi? Because you're on top of the league with 12 points. Okay. The people in the Garden City are refusing to tell us the trick, because they think maybe we'll tell Accra to folk. But we'll get back to Nana Asare on that one. Michael, I was asking, like I told you earlier, what is the problem? Does it go beyond technicalities? Because a lot of people have said that Hearts are yet to recover from that 6-1 in Morocco. The Moroccans did something to them, and it has dampened the Heart of Folk spirit. They've been caged. You know, when it comes to these two clubs, there's a lot that is going on. It looks like now managerial tussling is rearing its head again in Heart of Folk.
And it's very sad. I mean, a couple of days back, they were at the presidency when they were giving an amount of money to aid their campaign in Africa. I think that, I mean, as you rightly said, last season there was no CEO for Accra Hearts of Folk. At a point in time, they went ahead to win the Ghana Premier League title for the first time in 11 years. So going into the new season, this issue shouldn't even crop up. That we don't have a CEO, we do this, we do that. I feel that there are few hands behind the scenes who are causing all sort of these problems, and that is at the managerial level. Now, when it comes to the technical aspects or technical level, I stated earlier that you've bought 10 players. You recruited 10 players to beef up your squad ahead of the new season. You come out to complain of fatigue on the part of some players. You need to create that competition in the team. It's as simple as that. Because when you took over, yes, this is the materials you came to meet, and you had to make do with it. You worked with it, and it worked to perfection. At the start of a new season, you feel that some things are not going on right. So what do? Okay, let me create competition, that needed competition in the team, because I feel that some players are also relaxed because they feel that
no matter what happens, I'm going to be part.
And that is the problem, trust me. The current problem currently at Asofuk with regards to the technical direction, that is with the players and coaches, is about players being complacent. Yes, whether rain or shine, if I train the whole week, I'm good to go. Meanwhile, there are others who are also on the fringes or on the bench who are training week in, week out, and they also need the opportunity. If somebody is watching us or someone is watching us, they should just tell him, make use of the players you recruited. It's a gradual process. I saw in Salim Adam there, Dubiasa, great talent by our standard. You've started introducing him gradually. But then again, Abby, I've always maintained
Michael, not to catch you, please. I think Nana Sari is ready to join the conversation. So let's hear from Nana. Nana, if you can hear me, good evening. Okay. Nana, earlier I was asking that you are there in the Garden City with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What kind of wind is blowing? 12 points out of 4 matches. Okay, Michael, sorry, but you were saying something earlier.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I mean, the new players that have brought on board. Salim Adams, great boy, fantastic player. He will deliver for you on any day. Okay, I'm very sorry about that, and we are really trying to get Nana Asari online just so we can know what is happening on the other side of town. So we are doing all that we can to get him back, because we need to know what Kotoko is doing right, or what they are giving them there, so that maybe for Kotoko they are not giving them anything. Yeah, it's about motivation wise, and as I told you about motivation, not to folk are well motivated. Not only from the managerial aspect, but a lot of factors count. I mean, a Kotoko team starting a league so well. I was raised in Kumasi. A fan will not mind calling a player, just take this amount of money. There's something interesting happening in match day 5 with Dreams FC, because Vladislav Village has served his 4 matches ban from last season. If you remember, after that penultimate game against Bekum Chelsea, there was a little scuffle and the FA found him guilty and was banned 4 matches into this season. And so after match day 4, he's done and back in the saddle for Dreams FC. And coincidentally, when he took up the job last season, his first game was against Bechem United, and he's going to Bechem again now that he's back in charge of his side. Let's hear from Vladislav Village on his return to be the head coach of Dreams Football Club and what they are expecting as they travel to Bechem again.
I have been a long time on stance now. I need time to adapt to be on the bench, but I hope it's going to be ordinary, casually for me, as used to be. Nothing special. Even when you came today to ask for interview, I little was surprised, because I didn't use last month to speak with you. It wasn't easy at all, and I tried something. And it was first time, to be honest, my experience about this. And for first game, you as already know, we didn't do well. Bad communication, bad understanding from my side especially, and then second and third game was good, so good, and last game again was a little bad, and I wasn't there, a little bad communication, because it's not easy if you understand to give some instruction, because football is alive. Football is alive, and every second happens some things, and you should to be there, to be involved. Otherwise, from stands, believe me, it was my first and I hope last experience. It's not easy at all, and I think it's not easy to be coach from stands. Yes, that was my first game when I came here. No special, but I was thinking a little about this, and I'm happy that I'm here second year. That means that if I already been there and now I go again, that means that I'm here 1 year. And as a coach now in modern football, to be one club 1 year, this is something special, you know, because here clubs trained coaches it 2-3 months. But I don't say this that I care about myself and my job. I just say that I was thinking about this, and I'm here in Ghana dreams 1 year, and it's also achieved. And nothing special. Big challenge because we know Bechem is tough ground, is tough opponents. They have this year very good team, same as they had last year, and it's big challenge to go there and try to get good result. It's big challenge. We scored 10, we concede 8 goals for 4 games. But we should, to be honest, from these 8 goals, we concede 3 very funny goals. And you know what I want to tell you, it's not easy if you play 4 games. In first 4 games you have 3 goals from opponent. It's not easy. I hope you understand me everything. But yes, it's true that we concede a lot of goals, and we have amazing defenders. But we play attractive football. We try to score as much as we can, and sometimes we think more how to score than more than conceding goals. But I hope in near future, from this week, we're going to change something. We're going to defend better.
So that was Vladislav Veric, head coach of Dreams Football Club, talking about the fact that it was difficult to watch his team playing the stands, and another difficult ground to play at Bechem.
Very, very. The Nana Jabo Park, always very dreadful ground for most of the teams. But I mean, coming back to take charge of Dreams FC, I feel that they will be able to at least get a respectable scoreline at Bechem. The
last time they drew, it was a 1-0 game.
Abi, 4 games that they've played, you could clearly see the fingerprints of Veric on the team. And Zito, yes, he did his best, but I think it wasn't good enough. So Veric coming back, I feel that they will. You
don't think it's a tall order for a side that has scored in almost every game they've played, and you go to Bechem and you don't get the results?
I mean, you gave out a 3-goal lead in your last outing at Accra Sports Stadium. Now, Bechem, we all know that Nana Jabo Park is very difficult for even so-called big clubs.
Every other club that goes there.
So if you're able to at least get a point, I mean, it's good. As you rightly said, Dreams FC have scored 10 goals so far and conceded 8, which is not good enough for a side like Dreams FC that last season, I mean, they were scoring week in, week out like nobody's business. This time around, yes, they are scoring, but
the rate of conceding,
it is a problem. But I think Veric, since he's back, he will be able to do a decent job with the defense, and this time around they will not be able to concede more goals in their subsequent games.
Let's see how things turn around, as Michael is trying to say, for Dreams FC Veric and his charges when they travel to the Nana Jabo Park. But we'll talk about the fixtures later on. But we're looking at the new entrants. Are they finding their feet, or they are beginning to feel the pressure of being in the elite division?
The heat is on. I had the opportunity of speaking to Rena Kraft, that is Accra Lions coach.
Yeah.
And he said, my friend, I tell you, it is very difficult. I mean, the pressure alone. it's a different ball or game playing in Division 1 and in the Premier League, and that is what they are feeling now. Tanko Shaibu of Royal Tamale United also admitted, even right after his first game at the Ali Muhammad Sports Stadium against the Great Olympics, they drew 1-0. That, I mean, it's always easy. Going to be difficult, and I like the fact that he accepted that yes, it is not going to be a simple task for him. Royal Tamale United, Bibiani Gold Stars, Michael Osei.
I'm a little surprised with Mickey and Bibiani. I feel that with all of the experiences he has amassed in the league, especially with Kumasi Asante Kotoko, even the national side, it should have translated. But
Abby, it's not that easy. You see, Michael Osei took over a team that was cooked by Kobna Emisa.
Okay.
And before Michael took over, most of the players that helped them qualify to the Premier League had left.
Sure.
So he needed to, as quickly as possible, get in 1 or 2 experienced hands
to help,
to beef up the squad, to help. And you know, this is their maiden, appearance in the Premier League. The BNE Gold Stars, they've struggled all this while to get into the Premiership, the early division. They are here now. So yes, the fans expect a lot. Chiefs and people of BBNE, they are expecting a lot from them, but obviously it will take time. 4 games, they've not fared badly. I mean, losing to Asante Kotoko at home by a lone goal, and that
was a great performance they put out on the down park.
They could have even scored Kotoko.
Yeah,
they created the chances, but they failed to utilize them. And so, if you watch them play, especially at home, you get the feeling or the sense that this is a good team, but it's just a matter of time and they will come good.
Okay. So just a matter of time. Let's see how the new entrants will. They're hoping that at least 2 out of 3 stays, and it wouldn't be a bad sign at all. But week 5 is here. The action continues without Accra Hearts of Folk and their opponents, Bekum Chelsea, because that game will be moved. They are going to play in the CAF Confederations Cup. But on Friday, that is tomorrow afternoon, it's Legon Cities against Aduana Stars. Let's take it one after the other. Legon Cities again. Aduana is coming back to Accra, back to the Accra Sports Stadium, a different opponent.
As I already against Maxwell Konedu, who is back after that national assignment. I expect a difficult game at Accra Sports Stadium tomorrow, but trust me, Legon Cities will grab the 3 maximum points. It will not be on a silver platter. It will not come easy, but looking at what they exhibited at the Red Bull Arena in Sogakope in match week 4 against Wafa, where they drew 2-0, I get the feeling that against Aduana Stars at Accra Sports Stadium, where since last season they've made it their home grounds, this time around they will be able to defeat Aduana Stars.
Maybe Aduana Stars will want to come and score a proper penalty now.
Well, who knows? Who knows? But I don't see Aduana Stars
winning against,
getting the needed results against Legon Cities tomorrow.
Okay, and then on Saturday at the Red Bull Arena, West Africa Football Academy will welcome the Rade Boys.
Very difficult game for Accra Great Olympics. You remember last season they had to leave it late.
Sure.
From their bulky striker. I'm trying to remember the name. Who scored that equalizer to get a point for Accra. They won that game. Yeah, they won. It was a late goal scored by Mudasiru to get the 3 maximum points for Olympics. Going back to Wafa has not been the Wafa we knew since Ogum left. They are also going through a process. There is a new man in charge, a white man, who is trying to put up a young team for them to gel. And yes, it's not now, it's not as dreadful as it used to be. And I'm talking about the Sogakope Red Bull Arena. Gone are the days where House of Folk will never even want to remember that 5-0 goal mauling at theirs.
June 4th on my birthday. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't forget as well.
The heaviest defeat ever in the history of House of Folk in the local league. So clearly now that venue is no more. Teams don't
like it used to be.
They are not afraid going there. So against Wafa, Olympics against Wafa, I'm looking out to a draw.
Okay. Becham United against Dreams FC at the Nana Fosujo Abo.
We've touched on it a couple of minutes ago. Definitely, Becham will come out guns blazing, but trust me, with Verich back, they still believe lads will at least grab a vital point away from the Danajabo Park. At
the Dan Park, it's going to be a battle of new entrants. Bibiani Gold Stars and then Accra Lions.
It's a simple win for the Bibiani Gold Stars.
Because it's Accra Lions?
No, not really. You see, Accra Lions are also playing some delightful football. That chap who was leading the goal-kicking race, Rauf, the striker, he scored quite a number of goals in the ongoing with 4 games played. I think he scored 3 goals or so. But at the Downs Park, they can go and ask Kotoko. Even Kotoko of all clubs.
They struggled.
They struggled. They struggled. And I watched Prosper Naitiogum after the game speaking, and he said, the pitch, playing on the pitch, it wasn't easy. So anything that goes there, you need to go through the same ordeal. And I don't see Accra Lions surviving tomorrow. That is this weekend. Okay.
Adohenia Mayal Park, Yao Champion will welcome his former side, Elmina Sharks, when they play against his new side, 11 Wonders.
Interestingly, you see, Neo Datilamte had his first win in match week 4.
Yeah.
And it's turning out that Yao Champion also grabbed his first win in match week 5.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
That's a side he has built. He knows
the team.
Virtually everybody.
He built the team and left the team. Nothing much has changed about Elmina Sharks.
No.
There are a few additions, Michelle Sapon and few guys who have been added into the squad. So going to the Nanamea Park against 11 Wonders, who, the fans are on him. If he fails to get the needed result against Elmina Sharks this weekend, Abby, trust me, I will not be surprised to see Yahweh Champon being
fired.
Yes. Already we fired 2 coaches. Yes.
So if he doesn't win, he'll be the third.
Yes. He might be the third coach who will be given the sack.
I don't think he wants that. And so Ken Faisal will welcome Mediabayasi to the Rabaya Sports Stadium.
Alaji Gruza, you see, money they say answer all things.
But is he around? I've not heard from him after 1 month. That's strange.
He went to South Africa with the Black Stars. That is against Ethiopia. Then when they came straight to Cape Coast, he was in Cape Coast for the South Africa game. I
think he should be doing that more often. He should get the money and allow the coaches and the team to work.
And maybe that is what he started doing, and that is what is working for them, because since God knows how many seasons now, King Faisal have always been flirting with relegation.
Yeah.
They went to relegation, came back, and now for the past 2 seasons or 3 seasons, this is the best start for King Faisal.
So lose against Bekum Chelsea at Golden City is no news?
It's no news.
They're doing well.
The results that they had, and I was like, whoa, these guys, I think, as they said, money they say answered all things, because going all the way to Doma to beat Adriana Stars, 3 goals to 1, it's not easy. That venue, I tell you what.
The minute you enter the gate, it's the new wind that is blowing.
If you're even a commentator, a fan, you are even afraid, let alone players and coaches. So, they did well. They've, been able to win quite a number of games going into match week 5 at the favorite Babaya Sports Stadium. It will be a difficult game, but King Faisal will be able to sail through. Okay,
let's see what will happen with King Faisal at the Babaya Sports Stadium. And at the Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium, Will Tamale United will play Ashko, the trouble causes for House of Folk.
I think this time around they will not be able to cause trouble
in Tamale.
You know what? Royal Tamale United, if you look at coming back into the Premier League after they exited in 2012-2013 season, now those who are behind the team, they've been able to stabilize things in terms of monetary wise, welfare of the players, and so they are being motivated I am not surprised that Coach Tanku says they will make the Ali Muhammad Sports Stadium a fortress.
For me, I'm not surprised after every other day at their training grounds prior to the season, there was one person doing a donation or the other.
Yes.
So everybody wants them to stay. They have a reason to play well.
And this time around, they have no reason to, be relegated.
Sure.
So they are putting everything in place to make sure that, yes, they retain their Premier League status. And for me, I feel that they are still living up to that bill. And yes, it's early days yet, but the sort of performance they exhibited, even in their opening game against Royal Tamale United, goes a long way to say a lot about how Royal Tamale United will be a force to reckon with, especially at their backyard, that is the Ali Muhammad Sports Stadium.
And they try so hard to make their tickets affordable, just so the stands will be filled with the chants and the cheers from the people. I think that is a good strategy. It's not always about the money, because the 12th man is equally important.
Very important, very important. And their first game, they had lost the game.
Quite full.
They had lost that game against Royal Tamale United. Look at
Great Olympics.
Yes, Great Olympics. The time they got the needed equalizer, the dynamics of the game, and it was because of the number 12 factor, because the fans were chanting for the needed equalizer, and it came right on the death of the referee's whistle. Okay,
so like we said earlier, Heart of Oak is out this weekend because they are playing a CAF Confederations Cup. But to our beautiful game, match of the week, that is going to be Karela United and Asante Kotoko. I remember last 3 seasons where they were beating 3-1, just like Heart of Oak. That season, Karela really prepared for Kotoko and Heart. And then the next season, 2019, they drew. The next season, Kotoko managed a slim win at the Camp Park. I don't know what will happen this weekend.
It will be fireworks. Simply put, it will be fireworks. And that venue, the Crosby and War Memorial Park in Eninase, has always been a difficult ground for both Kotoko and Heart of Oak. Kotoko will need to put everything in place, and when I say everything, they know. Both physically and spiritually
and mentally
psychologically, everything, because winning games at the Camp Park is not child's play. You need to be on top of your game.
I know a team that went there and the cameraman just had to capture the goal, and he was literally thrown out of the pitch because they said he was the one carrying the medicine.
That is how I'm saying they need to be on top of preparations when it comes to the physical aspect of it, the spiritual aspect, the mental aspect, everything. Because Karela at home, yes, they've had their own issues. I mean, they've been struggling in recent times, but playing in front of their teaming fans in Nzema, oh my goodness.
So would this be the first game Kotoko will falter?
It could, but then again, I will not be surprised if Prosper Ogun is able to at least get a vital point from the Camp Park this weekend.
Okay, any predictions?
Maybe 2-2.
2-2. Okay, Michael, I'm grateful for your time. I'm happy you were able to join me here in the studio. Nobody really knows what happened, but I'm happy you are here. And we'll leave it at that. But I don't know what you think. Maybe you should be the one in the stands to tell us if your team is faltering, if your team is winning, or you are losing. I don't know, but this weekend promises a lot of actions right from tomorrow. And as Coach Maxwell Kunedu is saying, no player is a passenger. So let's go to the Accra Sports Stadium on Friday. Let's see what Legon Cities will give us. On Saturday, avalanche of goals. And then on Sunday, let's watch how maybe Karela can tame the high-flying Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But you will be the best judge. So let's troop to all these 9 venues and enjoy some beautiful games this weekend. But there's more to talk about when we meet again next week. So thank you for staying with us here on GTV Sports Plus. My name is Abigail Senasu. Let's do this again next week.
This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own, let's cherish our own. Women's Premier League is back again. The what talk now one head. And you come one head. The wish him one head. The what talk now one head. And you come one head. The wish him one head. This is our own. Let's cherish our own.